Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please stand for the singing of the national anthem of Jamaica. Anderson to lead us in prayer as we have the invocation. Ms. Anderson.
Greetings all, let's pray. Lord, you're holy. There is none like unto thee, Jesus, in the earth above, in the heavens above rather, and the earth beneath. Lord, we just want to thank you today for this momentous occasion. Lord, we're here to celebrate what we've accomplished as graduates. Thank you, Lord, for our lecturers who, Lord, guided us, led us, Lord, and allow us to reach this very important moment. Lord, as we're about to continue in this magnificent sermon, we pray, Lord, that your midst be here, Lord, be in our midst to bless, be in our midst to guide, be in our midst, Lord, we pray. Thank you for what we've accomplished thus far. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Ms. Anderson. Please be seated. And may I ask, as you sit, if we could all mute our telephones. As Ms. Anderson said, it's a wonderful and momentous occasion, so we need no disturbances. Welcome to the 27th annual graduation of Vector Technology Institute. We extend a warm welcome to everyone. The Chairman of the Board of Governors, Mr. Raphael Barrett, the President of Vector Technology Institute and member of the Board of Governors, Dr. Wade Marr, other members of the Board of Governors, Mrs. Karen Marr-Bruce, Mr. Donovan Miles, Ms. Natasha Sampson, Mr. Carl Scott, and I am Michael Giordini, your Master of Ceremonies for the afternoon. Well, going into the evening. Welcome also to our special guest speaker, members of the advisory board, faculty, graduates, special guests, family members, and friends. I have been asked to chair this function this afternoon, and I trust everyone here will have a wonderful time. I will not delay the proceedings, but call at this time on our chairman, Mr. Raphael Barrett, who will come and offer the welcome speech. Mr. Barrett.
Master of Ceremonies, Mrs. Bruce, guest speaker, Mrs. Tricia McLean-Rowe, members of the Vector Technology Institute Board of Governors, the Advisory Board, faculty and staff, family and friends, graduates, welcome. I extend to you a very warm welcome to this 26th graduation ceremony of the Vector Technology Institute. Following the untimely passing of Governors Greta Bogues and Wilson Taylor, who was a founding governor, we have been fortunate to attract two persons with a depth of skill and breadth of experience in education and technology to join our Board of Governors. I take pleasure in presenting and welcoming Governor Natasha Sampson. Madam, would you? Thank you. And Governor Donovan Miles. We trust you both will find this journey of changing lives to be a most fulfilling, meaningful, and purposeful one. Ladies and gentlemen, the education systems in Jamaica continue to recover from the impact of the COVID pandemic. Efforts have been made to address these challenges through educational reforms, policy initiatives, and international collaborations. However, ongoing attention and resources are required to make sustained improvements in Jamaica's education system. One of the most significant challenges brought on by the pandemic was a situation where students were leaving high school with a grade 8 and a grade 9 education only, having missed 2 years of their education. As a response to this, the sixth form pathway program was implemented with great urgency and fervor. The effect of this program was to reabsorb these undereducated students into a system designed to make up for the gap in their academic completion. But because high schools neither had the capacity nor the capability to facilitate these students, it meant that an inordinate number of them were having great difficulty finding a path to tertiary level institutions needed to develop a sustainable workforce. Fortunately, this sixth form pathway also created an alternative entry to higher skilled information careers. The pathway programs are designed to be compliant with the technical and vocational educational and training standards that allow for NC-TVET accreditation, thereby facilitating the harmonization of the higher education system in Jamaica. These graduates will now find that their certificates position them within the national qualification framework and provides them with opportunities to transition into the traditional academic system or upskill their specialist qualifications and credentials. From a global perspective, education systems face common challenges in determining the most appropriate form or model of teaching and learning going forward. A quick examination shows that technological evolution has provided a myriad of opportunities for more creative teaching methods, enabling even deeper learning outcomes. It is also evident that the use of the virtual space must be a component of any solution. Technological development in the areas of virtual reality, animation, artificial intelligence, machine learning provides the creation of a complex and lifelike simulators, thus removing the need to acquire expensive and cost-prohibitive equipment and software. Additionally, technology diminishes the limitation of distance and geography, thus providing access to a greater breadth of students, partners, and partnerships. These are all necessary elements for sharing resources and for collaboration on research projects, student and faculty exchange programs, and the development of faculty through upskilling opportunities, etc. Vector continues to intensify its program for the employment of innovative teaching practices through strategic alliances with industry certification bodies that include CompTIA, Cisco, VMware, and Amazon AWS, amongst others. These alliances allow Vector to intensify the initiative in certifying our Jamaican IT workforce, especially in the areas of cybersecurity, cloud services, and virtualization. Other strategic alliances have been formed or initiated in the areas of internships, program offerings, industry and academic institution partnerships. Vector Technology Institute recognizes that whilst the pandemic has taught us to make adjustments to our way of life, technological advancements and developments create a world where every norm is to be challenged. Globally, there's a shortage of technically skilled workers, and we in Jamaica are already experiencing a net outflow of these skills. Whilst there will be wonderful opportunities for individuals, the situation proves to be a massive challenge for the Jamaican education system. Skills need to be replaced at a rate that we had never imagined nor experienced. The investments being made in technology by advanced countries create an exponential demand for skilled workers. We are already feeling the crunch, and this is only the beginning. Our brightest minds are needed for the development of an effective, responsive, and relevant educational system geared towards high-level performance, which not only prioritizes equity, but also actively adapts to meet the evolving skills demanded by a technology-driven society. The system must integrate cutting-edge technological tools, foster digital literacy, and emphasize the development of critical thinking, problem solving, and innovation. The Vector Technology Institute Board of Governors provides oversight responsibility for the planning and conduct of the affairs of the Institute in accordance with Section 4A3 of the University of Council of Jamaica's guidelines for registration. I am pleased to report that the Board of Governors is satisfied that Vector Technology Institute is fully compliant with all the requirements of the University Council for Tertiary Educational Organizations. The Institute is very cognizant of its responsibility to maintain the tenets of a mature degree granting institution within the higher education system in Jamaica. So, on behalf of the Board of Governors, I want to thank you for participating and sharing this evening with us. And now, it gives me great pleasure to invite the President of the Vector Technology Institute, Dr. Wade Marr, to report on our activities. I thank you.
The Master of Ceremony, members of the Board of Governors, our special commencement speaker, Mrs. Tricia McLean-Rowe, and graduate of Vector Technology Institute, members of the faculty, members of our esteemed advisory board, graduates, invited guests, family and friends, and I should say not only family and friends seated here, but also those who have joined online through the streaming service. It is my pleasure in presenting the President's report for the year 2023. Our graduating class comprised 56 completers from programs inclusive of the Bachelor of Science in Information and Communication Technology, the Bachelor of Science in Technology Management, the Associate of Science in Computer Systems Technology, the Diploma in Computer Systems Technology, the Associate of Science in Software Engineering, the Diploma in Software Engineering, certificates in Computer Services Technicians, Computer Network Technicians, and Computer Network Security Technicians, and the Advanced Diploma of Cyber Security Analyst. Not represented here today are the 188 completers of our short programs, inclusive of the certificates in Cisco CCNA, fiber optic technology, solar photovoltaic installation, computer graphics, website development, and mobile app development. I am beyond excitement to be able to see your faces, graduates, and to recognize that you are more than just black screens with names written in large letters in a shade of bright white. This is one of those events where face-to-face trumps all the benefits of virtual interaction. The worst of the COVID pandemic is over. Even though we may not have achieved herd immunity, nor did we have to drink bleach, as one notable president of the United States had suggested. Thank God for the wisdom and work of our scientists. Now all we need to worry about are the mosquitoes. In the height of the pandemic, all Vector students know when it came to lesson delivery, we did not hitch. While we may have experienced a pause or a comma in our flow, we had no full stop. And now, unlike many of our main local institutions, we do not plan to revert to full face-to-face classes. Virtual, hybrid, and blended will be the modalities that we will embrace. The world has gone digital, and so have we. The profile of our student body shifted to a more mature group of students, including career changers, the undecided, IT experienced professionals seeking certifications, and IT experienced professionals seeking upskilling. Missing is the category of recent school leavers. This absence has come as no surprise, as it is a consequence of the rollout of the government's sixth form pathway program, which directs high school leavers to a select group of tertiary institutions. Vector is not yet a participation to become one of the receiving institutions for the traditional degree granting pathway. We await the ministry's review of our application. Several of our existing certificates have been targeted for the National Council on Technical and Vocational 3 months. These include all the existing certificates under the IT Technician series. A number of new certificates and diplomas under the ambit of solar energy, electricity, and telecommunications are being developed and will likewise be submitted for NCT VET accreditation. The launch of these programs will be targeted to meet the start of the September 2024 school year. When accredited through NCT VET, graduates of these programs will be entitled to use the evaluation criteria within the National Vocational Qualifications Framework that allows for transferability between programs under the NCT VET and the traditional degree pathways. In the future, Vector will offer dual accredited programs under the Governor on TVET and select industry certification bodies. In terms of strategic alliances with industry certification bodies, Vector has now been granted 2 additional industry certification academy status. So in addition to have achieved academy status for CompTIA and Cisco for over 10 years, Vector was recently granted standing for VMware and Amazon AWS. It means that Vector instructors are trained and certified through these organizations. It also means that students trained under these programs are offered access to authentic training material and provided special consideration for the associated certification test material and vouchers. In all instances, Vector students are authorized to use the learning management system of each of these partners. This means experiencing a severe shortage of certified solar installers. Jamaica is nowhere close to its targeted number of installations, yet the current rate of new solar installations cannot be met by the available workforce. A big sticking point inhibiting the growth of the industry is the slow entry of new field experienced technicians. Vector has therefore taken a giant step in contributing to a solution and recently signed a memorandum of understanding with Saddle Energy, an experienced solar energy system designer and engineering company. One of the main objectives of the collaboration will see Saddle Energy providing practical experience opportunities to the trainees. We are also expanding the solar energy certification programs to include the Electronic Technicians Association Certified Sales Agent Certification that includes competencies and insights into communicating solar system benefits and limitations, and information on how to determine the system's payback, return on assets, and return on investment. A certification in electric vehicle technology is also being contemplated. If we are to benefit from the outlook of growth in the global solar energy market, then Jamaica needs to understand how to build workforce capacity in a deliberate manner. There have been many missteps in the recent past where government has taken a relatively hands-off approach to workforce capacity development and allowed the market to grow organically and solely under the influence of market forces. The consequence of this is currently being realized where few early investors use their self-interest to control the pace and direction of workforce development. This has resulted in a non-uniform workforce where the large majority of workers are not highly competent and where the group of the highly skilled exists only in small pockets that are controlled and guarded by the use of knowledge barriers. This approach is not new. We have seen this in the recent past with the fiber optic industry, where companies stopped training persons because they felt that they were only training individuals for their competitors, and so adopted a strategy of Peter, Robin, Paul, or if you prefer, musical chairs. Without some form of oversight and technical regulation, development occurs without any central purpose, direction, or timing. Although many of these workers from this ad hoc for free-for-all system were fortunate enough to take advantage of job opportunities abroad, the numbers were relatively small because many of these workers were not industry certified. This organic approach cannot continue if we wish to take advantage of opportunities within and around us. Our workforce capacity building methods have not worked effectively and need to be revisited. The approach that we have taken to build IT workforce capacity is not working. Local companies cannot find nor retain talent. There was no effective plan in place. Now we are trying to fix it after we have lost control of it. In terms of the solar industry challenge, our first step is to effectively assess local needs and global trends, then establish real measurable goals. We must look at this through the lens of not only satisfying our local needs, but to simultaneously take advantage of the demands around us. Like it or not, the US, Canada, and others are actively recruiting our best skilled workers. We have no control over this. As a country, we must seriously acknowledge that past approaches have not worked. Then decide what we want to end up, what are our goals, what is our responsibility to meeting those goals. Our government cannot do it alone, and must seriously seek to work with the private sector in partnership and in a spirit of inclusiveness. Not just work with the usual suspects who are usually a step behind on the trend line and are blinded by self-interest. We must establish or enhance educational programs that focus on these identified technology fields and collaborate with our local educational institutions to design curriculum that is aligned with these identified needs. Importantly, we must provide scholarships, grants, or incentives to encourage students to pursue studies in these fields. Finally, the issue of student retention has been improving dramatically, with students re-entering and using the leave of absence facility as options against dropping out. The main reason for this improvement is linked to the fact that Vector students are near 100% employed. This, however, does not mean that they are not facing financial challenges, which remains the main reason for leave of absence. And just to mention that financial challenges doesn't necessarily mean a lack of money. Question is, how do you manage your finances? What choices do you make? Vector students continue to enhance their degree with industry certifications from the broad spectrum of specializations. For the most part, certifications continue to be pursued and received after the completion of the degree work. Graduates continue to find that certifications serve to provide the catalyst for career advancement, especially in highly specialized areas. Certifications generally provide assurance of professional competence in tandem with your degree and work experience. My strongest recommendation is therefore to research the recognized certification within your area of work, then make your plan to acquire same. Degrees at Vector are not easy to earn. It is hard work, right? Hard work. Not all persons who start are able to finish or finish in the same time period. So it is a significant milestone that needs to be celebrated and for the moment to be shared. It is a moment of thanksgiving. it creates motivation for others. Because of your achievement, you will become someone's hero, that symbol of motivation. You are the image of what success looks like. This celebration is not only to mark your achievement in the classroom, but also for those who contributed in any way, those who provided a word of encouragement when you most needed it, those who might have ensured that you had a quiet time to study, to get to class, or in any way contributed to you being here today. So candidates, let's take this opportunity to show our appreciation to those who you brought to share this extraordinary moment. And so I ask you to rise, graduates. Turn and face those who have come to share this evening with you. And I now ask you to give them a well-deserved and appreciated round of applause. All right, thank you. Graduates, this is your time to shine. You have worked hard, and for that, you have earned your credentials. Your approach to problem solving, to goal getting, must be characterized by self-confidence. With every goal that you set, make it your reality, for there is nothing that you cannot achieve if you put your mind to it. You have already proved it by being here. As you graduate, don't forget your poor alma mater. I make this appeal every year. Vector is at a point of development where we need a significant amount of assistance from our alumni. We in administration and the faculty will continue to play our part, but only with the help of the alumni can we achieve the greatness that lies in our future and on the horizon. This is the year of advocacy. Each of you has a contribution, and we need your involvement. You can participate in technology talks, career advice, planning and participating in forums, assist in developing college life programs such as clubs, associations. Did I say funding activities? Yes. Planning networking activities and events, or participate in events to give back to our community. Vector's embarked on a project of creating and managing a communication channel to allow graduates to share experiences and knowledge on topics of national importance. They can advocate solutions in relation to technology applications, workforce development, lifestyle changes, etc. Most importantly, the channel will facilitate networking opportunities among graduates. The bottom line, however, is that we need your help. So please let me know if you're interested in being part of the team. Graduates, we acknowledge that you have now acquired skill that can increase your potential value to society. The status and the associated responsibility of your newly acquired credentials should not be regarded lightly, as you now join an elite band of professionals who have gone ahead of you and have made and are continuing to make benchmark-type contributions to their organizations and to society as a whole. Vector grads can be found in all areas of society, in all areas of industry, influencing national policy, influencing vision and direction of businesses, creating policies, practices, etc. I continue to meet graduates in positions of CEO, CIO, Vice President, and directors for IT managers, university and college instructors, etc. You are therefore expected to not only live up to these high ideals, but be prepared to use your knowledge to benefit not only yourselves, but in service to your country. This is by no means the end of the road. You still have many challenges that lie ahead. Remember, as an IT professional, the learning and the work never ends. However, you have already demonstrated your ability to learn. You have demonstrated your perseverance to overcome challenges. You have demonstrated your ability to succeed. Finally, it is only fitting to thank the Board of Governors in the continuing guidance and support of the institution, the advisory board, those degrees that and certificates and diplomas that you hold is a result of the work of the advisory board. The advisory board is our lifeline to industry, and they do an excellent job in the guidance of the development of the programs. Obviously, the hard-working faculty and administrative staff wish to thank them for their untiring work in preparing you, our students, well, our graduates. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll just mention that our best years are in front of us. And for all the family and friends, I hope you'll find this a very enjoyable evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Marr. And we just have to take the opportunity to say, keep on doing what you're doing. You're doing a fantastic job. And if I might just summarize, all Dr. Marr said is that you now have the tools to advance. But the person who is going to take the charge to the graduates is, this year is a Mr. Alexander Grenell, a graduate of the Bachelor of Science in Information and Communication Technology. Mr. Grenell?
Board of Governors, Chairman, Mr. Raphael Barrett, President of Vector Technology Institute, Dr. Wade Marr, Executive Director, Mrs. Karen Marr Bruce, Mr. Carr Scott, Mr. Michael Giordini, Ms. Natasha Sampson, Mr. Donovan Miles, to my esteemed faculty, proud parents, honorable guests, and incredible fellow graduates of class of 2023, good evening all. First and foremost, let me express my sincere appreciation to our dedicated lecturers. Your guidance, wisdom, and tireless effort have been the bedrock of our academic experience. You have not only imparted knowledge, but also instilled in us the passion for learning and a commitment to experience. My apologies. To the faculty, we say thank you for shaping us into the intellectual and critical thinkers we are today. The ability to attend classes in our comfiest attire, the elimination of commute times, and the flexibility to structure our days with perks we never knew we needed. Who could forget those Zoom meetings? The virtual class experience forced us to become masters of technology. transforming our bedrooms into makeshift classrooms, and learning to navigate the intricate dance of and unmuting ourselves. We learn the importance of stable internet connection, the value of a good web camera angle, and the skill to multitask between class discussion and muted microwave popcorns. Amidst these changes, our class didn't just survive, we thrived. Look around you, and you will see a group of resilient individuals who conquered every obstacle that came our way. Our college journey has been filled with shared moments of triumph and joy. With that said, a reminder of a quote by Nelson Mandela, and I quote, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world," end of quote. Our degree, my fellow graduates, are not just a piece of paper. They are a symbol of our dedication, perseverance. It is a passport that opens doors to opportunities for achievement and success in the working world. A degree serves as a testament to our commitment to personal and professional growth, showcasing our ability to meet challenges head-on and overcoming them with resilience. Our time at Vector Technology Institute has been a testament to the transformative power of education. When I reflect on the positive experience I've garnered through the duration of my degree program, it becomes evident that the courses we undertook played an indispensable role in molding my capabilities, sequentially bearing fruit in my current work environment, professional environment. This, I believe, holds true not only for myself, but for those currently engaged in the workforce and for those embarking to their professional journey. While it would be an exhaustive task to list them comprehensively, I must underscore the pivot role played by my courses such as IT system security, telecommunication fundamentals, networking, routing, and routers. These subjects seamlessly integrated the fabric of my job description, becoming an integral component of my daily responsibilities. The knowledge and skills acquired from these courses have proven instrumental in navigating the intricate landscape of my workspace. In the realm of IT system security, I found myself equipped with a professional understanding of safeguarding digital assets, implementing robust security measures, and mitigating potential threats. Telecommunication fundamentals, on the other hand, unravel the complexity of global communication, providing me with insight that extend far beyond mere technicalities. Networking, routers, and routing courses furthered my ability to design and manage intricate networks, ensure seamless connectivity, and efficient data transfer. To our esteemed lecturers, I express my heartfelt gratitude for their unwavering commitment to our education. Their guidance, expertise, and dedication have not only imparted knowledge, but have also instilled in us the confidence of applying theoretical concepts in practical real-world scenarios. The symbolic relationship between our coursework and the demand of professionals is a testament to the foresight of relevance of the curriculum provided by Vector Technology Institute. As I stand before you today, I am not only merely a graduate, I am a testament of the efficiency of the well-rounded education. The fusion of theoretical foundation and hands-on experience has not only enriched my professional journey, but has laid the groundwork for continuous growth and ability in an ever-evolving technological landscape. As we step into the next phase of our lives, let's not forget Vitae vision statement: preparing minds to be innovative thinkers in the development of society. Vector Technology Institute has become more than just a place of learning. It is a community that fosters growth, ambition, and the pursuit of greatness. The success stories emerge from our institute are a testament to the transformative power of education and incredible potential within each of us. Let's carry with us lessons learned during our time at Vector Technology Institute. Let's embrace change, face challenges head on, and continue to adapt in the ever-evolving landscape of the world. In conclusion, my fellow graduates, let's not forget God, who has also led and guided us. Let us celebrate not only our achievement, but also the journey that brought us here. Let us not forget our ability, resilience, and the importance of finding humor in the midst of challenges. Today is a day we express gratitude to the lecturers who guided us, the friends who stood by us both physically and virtually, the families who supported us. Together, we have overcome obstacles, grown as individuals, and emerged stronger and wiser. Congratulations, class of 2023. May your future be bright as the memories we created together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Grinnell, for your charge to the graduates. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Roy Dunbar and Mrs. Karen Mar-Bruce, Executive Director of Vector Tech and a member of the Board of Governors, who will give her message by way of a song.
Yep. I think I better move it from here, because I don't think you will see me. Well, let me tell you, I'm very proud to see you here. Those of you who chose to come and celebrate with us, I thank you so much. Let me tell you, we have had to convince one and two of you to actually come and celebrate your milestone. You never know when you're going to be here, if you're going to be here tomorrow. Your parents, some of you who started out from you were young, and I knew you from you were young, you just left school and came to Vector. I see some of you in the front here, so proud of you. You know, and I'm glad that you actually came. I know some of you are going through the journey now. You started with your certificate, diploma, and associate. And I know some of you say, I'm going to wait until I reach my bachelor. Oh, you're so sure you're going to reach there? You never know what the Lord has for you. You know? Your parents want to get this time with you to celebrate your milestone. This will become part of your past, and you want it to be recorded. Record all your achievements. And let me tell you, I just love each and every one of you. I'm just so sorry that, you know, over this Zoom, I can't even, you know, be right there beside you walking down to see what you're writing in your book. I can't do that. Sometimes I'd like to see what you're really writing on your computer, because some of you just have the computer alone in class. You're not in class, it's just a computer, and I don't know who you're trying to fool. You know? So I want you to know that you are all very special. Every one of you, very special. No matter how weird you are still special. Okay? And this song is for you. God made you special. God made you special, for there is no other who's just like you. Special you are. God made you special, Akeem. God made you special, Sanjay. For there is no other who's just like you. Special you are. For he took the time to breathe into your heart and mind an identity. Your kind of style sets you apart. Be yourself. You're one of God's great design. God made you special, Andrew. God made you special, Talsia. For there is no other who's just like you. Special you are. For it took the time to breathe into your heart and mind, Luke, an identity. Your kind of style sets you apart. Be yourself. You're one of God's great design. God made you special, Joe. God made you oh so special, for he took the time to breathe into your heart and mind. So special, oh so very special. Special you Thank you.
Another round of applause, please. Yes. Where else does a graduating class has it so personalized? You know, you've been addressed. Certainly the majority of the graduates have been addressed individually. Fantastic. Thank you again, Mrs. Bruce. And this time I'm going to introduce the person who's about to introduce the guest speaker. I'd like to call on Mr. Andrew Stennett to come forward at this point in time to introduce our special guest speaker.
Good evening, members of Board of Governors. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest speaker today, Mrs. Tricia McLean-Rowe, is currently employed as a Senior Director of ICT at Hart NSTA Trust, where she has led several strategic initiatives to align the Trust's digital, data, and technology capabilities to support business and stakeholders' information needs to enable the Trust to fit for the digital age. She endorses technology and vocational education and training, TVET, as a vehicle for social equity, inclusion, and Sustainable Development. My apologies. Mrs. McLean Rowe is the holder of a Master's of Law degree in IT and Telecommunications from the University of Strathclyde, Scotland, a Master's of Arts in Teaching from the Mico University College, a postgraduate diploma in Environmental Law and Policy from WWF, New Delhi, India, a postgraduate diploma in Education and Training from the VTI Hart NSTA Trust, and a bachelor's in Computer Science and Management. Mrs. McLean Rowe, when I grow up, I want to be just like you. She is the recipient of the 2015 Commonwealth Scholarship in Distant Learning, the Secretary of the Commonwealth Alumni Associate of Jamaica Chapter, former Commonwealth mentor, and our national mentor. We are pleased to mention that Mrs. McLean Rowe has started her impressive journey here at Vector and is a graduate of the Vector Technology Institute, where she successfully pursued the Diploma in Computer Repairs program. She was the sole female of the group and was the recipient of the Most Outstanding Student and the valedictorian for her graduating class. Mrs. McLean Rowe has over 20 years' experience in project management, policy development, and the management and implementation of the geospatial technology, and 28 years' experience in information technology, education, and training. Mrs. McLean Rowe has also contributed to the national development through her participation in the development of the St. Elizabeth Redevelopment Plan and hazard mapping for disaster management, implementation of Jamaica's first virtual reference station VRS network, which served as a base for the development of the National Spatial Data Infrastructure, NSDI, the development of the Geographic Information Systems, GIS, Enterprise License Agreement, ELA for Jamaica, the implementation of a GIS unit in the Jamaica Special Economic Zone Authority, the JSEZA, the development of Vision 2030 National Development Plan, and the integration of spatial database towards the implementation of a national e-learning platform, among others. Mrs. McLean Rowe is an advocate for lifelong learning and continues to mentor young people, including her own, to find scholarships that will aid them in achieving their educational pursuit. She is a wife and a mother to a beautiful teenage daughter. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome to the podium Mrs. Tricia McLean Rowe. Thank you.
All protocols observed, and yes, you will be like me in the future. So our distinguished graduates, how are you feeling today? You're feeling good? I'm not really hearing, I'm just hearing one or two people. I'm looking at Luke, who is just smiling, you're not saying anything. How are you feeling, Luke? Feeling good? All right. Now today, as Mrs. Marabrew sung to you, I saw the joy on your faces. I saw some of you being a little overwhelmed because I know it's a journey. It has been a very hard journey for some of you. Yes, let me take the mic out, sorry. All right, now today is a significant day in your lives, and not only your lives, but the lives of your families as well, as it marks the day that you celebrate yet another milestone. Now, I want you to stand up, look at each other, and just say, job well done. Yes, that's correct. And then say to yourself, job well done, because you couldn't do it without you. You may be seated. It feels good to congratulate yourself, right? And to feel proud of your achievements. Many times we forget to tell our own selves how proud we are of our achievements. And you made it. The many sleepless nights, the endless days, and the sacrifices you made to be here with us today are the testaments of your will to earn your place in history. I'm sure many of you thought of giving up many times during this course, but you stood strong, you endured, and you embarked on a mission to better your life and that of your families. When I was asked to be guest speaker, I immediately wondered if they had contacted the right person. In fact, I even said, "You sure you want me?" No, haven't done a lot. But then I paused to reflect on my own journey as a student here at Vector. And what I remember is the positive impact that Vector had on me as a student. I had no choice but to just be here because of that impact that Vector has had on me and my career. After completing my diploma in computer studies at Castle, now UTech, I came to what I considered the brutal realization that I had student loans to repay. And of course, I had no job, I had no support, and what I saw was that some of my own colleagues, they had migrated. Some had gotten jobs out of school and they were just living their lives. So I was left with no choice but just to go back home to St. Elizabeth and Manchester to find a job. And I started my career in computer studies by teaching computer studies at all levels. So I started primary, secondary, tertiary, etc. And it was during this journey that I learned of the Vector Technology Institute, the Mandeville campus. When I found out about it, the first thing I did was just run and go enroll myself at Vector. Now, while I was there and before, I was hungry for knowledge, for the development of my skills in my chosen area of study, and most importantly, for an educational space where I could be listened to and I could grow. And that's what I got at Vector. They listened. And when it was that I came in and I said, "Boy, I don't feel like doing any work now," they said, "No, man, you can do it." And I got encouragement. So at Vector, my skills were developed, they were honed, and the computer system, which was somewhat of a mystery, was no longer a mystery to me. I became extremely good at it. I was able to apply all my troubleshooting skills to resolve whatever issues at the various labs which I worked at. And so I started to become outstanding. Interestingly, I was the only female in the cohort, and so I had to compete with all the males. And the thing is, they were mainly working in the IT and the telecoms industry. But my technical skills grew, and I was considered so good. Still don't think I'm that good, but I was considered so good that I earned the Most Outstanding Student Award and was the valedictorian for that year. Now, graduates, achieving your dream, your aspirations, your goals, it takes deliberate and intentional actions. In the words echoed by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, the heights of great men and women reached and kept were not obtained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upward in the night. And I know many of you toil day, night, and you found hours in the day that never even existed, but you continue to toil, and that's why you're here, sitting here in front of us today. Now, nothing happens without you having the initiative, the awareness, and importantly, the vision of what you want to achieve. Because you can have all the finances in the world, but if you don't have the vision of where you want to be, you cannot get there. The Vector Technology Institute has long regarded ICT as the engine of growth for our country, and they share a long-term commitment to the perpetual improvement of the skill base in these related areas and industries. ICT has been a contributing factor to a changing world of work. Today, as you did, you can work remotely because your classes were online. You have hybrid classes. You can work for other jurisdiction because IT is all-encompassing and the industry is broad. Graduates, you're not confined. So basically, your opportunities are borderless. Among you this afternoon, I know you have computer technicians, you have systems analysts, you have cybersecurity specialists, you have network administrators, you have IT managers. Basically, you have everybody here sitting with us. Some of you may even become like Dr. Mar and become an entrepreneur, because here is Victor, entrepreneur. But what I would tell you to do, whatever you choose to do it confidently. And remember that vision that you had when you started out. And remember the commitment you made, not just to yourself, but to your families, of where you want to be and what you're going to be achieving. Now, in my present capacity as the Senior Director for ICT at Heart NSTA Trust, I've had the first-hand view of how integral TVET is to Jamaica's digital transformation and how it has shaped the digital landscape in our country and, most importantly, the world. The IT sector is aligned to growth for Jamaica. Now, if you look at some of the projects that are going on now in Jamaica, you will see graduates when you finish, graduates just like yourself, and you will see how impactful Vector has been in many of these projects through its students. Now, your skills are of great value. I know Dr. Mar said it in his speech, great value. I don't think you understand the skills that you have and how it is going to impact Jamaica and impact the world. Your studies were not done in isolation, so you're a part of a bigger circle. You chose one of the best institutions to obtain your TVET training. TVET is the front and center of digital transformation for Jamaica. And it was during my time here at Vector that I embraced TVET, that I even knew what TVET meant. I recognized the value and determined that I would continue to learn a skill no matter where I was employed. So that's why, Mr. Senate, I have all of those little papers, because when you go somewhere and you work, you need to understand your work environment. So learning is lifelong. So not because you graduate today, it means that you stop learning. You have to learn every single day. And Vector is the place that you can learn, grow. So when you finish one course, there are many other courses that you can do. And I would encourage you to come back to learn, to grow. Well, I recently had the honor of being recognized by the Jamaica Technology and Digital Alliance as one of the outstanding females in Jamaica's ICT industry for the contributions that I've been making in the ICT sector. And today, Dr. Mar, this is Bruce. I have to use this opportunity to say thank you. Thank you for what you did for me. My distinguished graduates, each day something changes within the ICT industry. The opportunities, as I've mentioned before, they're endless. And I must say, I am grateful that I got this opportunity to address you. I know when I came in, one of my friends said, "What are you doing here? Why are you here?" And I decided not to answer him. I decided I wanted to surprise him, because I know him from we have been growing up. And it's a pleasure just to see him sitting here and be amongst you. And so I hope you were pleasantly surprised. And I hope that anybody who is viewing this will see where we're coming from. So it doesn't stop. It continues right throughout. Now, Jamaica is blessed to have you, and you're poised to drive the process of digital acceptance and change. Now, graduates, aspiring IT professionals, I'm thrilled to tell you that you have the skills to make your dreams more than a reality. I wish all of you continued success in your ventures and look forward to hearing your names. So I started writing your names down, and I started going to look out for you on LinkedIn and your other social media profiles, just to see where you are in your career and to help us as alumni to build Vector, because that's the only way you can build the school that you went to, by joining the alumni. And so I'm going to be part of the registration so that all of you here join the alumni and let us push forward the skills that we have learned. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mrs. McLean-Rowe. The challenge is yours, Gradians. Outstanding. At this time, we're going to have a gift to the guest speaker. Christine, are you there? Christine Andrews will make the presentation.
A pleasant good evening to the Board of Governors, lecturers, family members, and my fellow graduating class. Thank you, Mrs. Tricia McLean-Rowe, for your wonderful words. My apologies, for your wonderful words. I am pretty sure it has left a mark in our minds, and we will take your wisdom that you have given to us today throughout our years going forward in our professional lives. Thank you so much. We give to you this gift as a token of our appreciation.
Thank you, Christine. And now we move to the presentation of certificates. This year, we will present graduates from several academic and technical programs: the Bachelor of Science in Information and Communication Technology, the Bachelor of Science in Technology Management, the Associate of Science in Computer Systems Technology, the Associate of Science in Software Programming, the certificate programs for computer service technicians and for computer network technicians. Along with the academic qualifications, there are students who also achieve international certification in the CompTIA A+, Network Plus, Security Plus, and CCNA, and these will be acknowledged. I will now read from the list of graduates. That will be, okay, certificate. Okay. Awards will now be presented within 7 programs. Certificates for, well, I think I noticed that just now. We'll begin with the certificate for computer services technicians. Mr. Dennis Edwards. Next, the certificate for computer network technicians. Diego Dawes. Next, we'll have Mr. Sheldon Mackenzie. We'll now move to the diplomas in computer systems technology. Christine Andrews. And Miss Pauline Brown. Now we move to the graduates, Associates of Science degree in Software Programming, Akmin Burke. And Talsia Hamilton Waysom. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll be back for more courses, right, Ms. Wilson? I'm sure. Now we go to the Associates of Science degree in Computer Systems Technology, Dwayne Lynch, A+ certified. We have Mr. Leon Ricketts, A+, Security Plus, and CCNA certified. Mr. Andrew Stennett is next. The final graduate in the Associate of Science degree in Computer Systems Technology, Sanjay Stevens. Now to the Bachelor of Science degree in Information and Communication Technology, Tajay Dale. Luke Fong. Next, you have Mr. Akeem Goulburn. Mr. Alexander Grenell. Andre Palmer. Ryan Rose. And if we now move to the Bachelor of Science degree in Technology Management, Alicia Anderson. And finally, Mr. Giovanni Gusaran. Now, the next special awards. As is usual with most graduations, well, all graduations, there are some special awards and presentations. Award, top of the class, The top of the class award this year will be presented to one student. The top student at our graduation must have the highest academic grade, point average during the program period. The top student award for 2023 at this year's graduation will go to the graduate of the 2-year Associate of Science in Computer System Technology program, Mr. Leon Ricketts. Let's hear it for Mr. Ricketts. At this time, we're going to acknowledge our lecturers. Our lecturers take their roles seriously. You students, you graduates, you know that. Their dedication to the Institute and their enthusiasm to impart knowledge to our students have become a hallmark of our success. We wish to thank you, our lecturers and instructors, without whom this event would not have been possible, and whom have been a tremendous support over these many years. As we call the names of our faculty who have blessed us with their presence this year, please stand so we may acknowledge you and show our appreciation. Mr. Lloyd Brown. Mr. Gary Campbell. Mr. Basil Davidson. Mr. Owen Flowers. Mr. Sean Harrison. Mr. Howard James. Mr. Rowan Morris. Mr. Andre Powell. And Mr. Aubrey Smith. I'm going to also ask the graduates at this time to give a round of applause to your lecturers. We would also like to express our appreciation to our other lecturers who were not able to be with us on the grounds today, but who may be viewing online, and the names are listed in the programs. Okay. Outstanding Lecturers Award. Vector Tech takes pleasure in presenting an award to an outstanding lecturer each year. This is determined based on the evaluations received from their students each year. The Outstanding Lecturer Award this year goes to a lecturer who commenced lecturing us on computer graphics design level 1 using the Adobe Photoshop software. He took on the challenge to lecture on graphic illustration level 2 using the Adobe Illustrator. Apart from being an enthusiastic instructor, he always went the extra mile to assist his weaker students by making himself available on a one-to-one basis after class, and was exceptional in his success rate. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Vector Technology Institute's outstanding lecturer for the year 2023, Mr. Andre Powell. And I mean, I couldn't help but notice that his co-workers, the co-lecturers, were very enthusiastic in their support of him. Well done, sir. And thank you. Thank you all for the fantastic job that you're doing, lecturers. And keep up the good work. And now we're going to acknowledge our advisory board. We'd like to acknowledge the members of our advisory board who are here today to be part of our graduation ceremony. And may I ask you to stand and be recognized as I call your name. Mr. Andrew Evelyn, Dr. Monifa Hewlin, Mr. Ryan Sterling, not here, Mr. Kirk Terrell, and Miss K. Wilson Kelly. And along with some of our senior lecturers who are also members of our advisory board, Mr. Lloyd Brown, Mr. Gary Campbell, Mr. Basil Davidson, and Mr. Rowan Morris. Thank you all. Just to inform you all that our advisory board provides critical advice to the curriculum development committee on the technological advances and the needs of industry, thus maintaining the relevance of our programs. Thank you for your support. Thank you so much. Okay. At this time, I'm going to ask Dr. Marr to come to the podium and the graduates to stand. The graduates, please stand. We'll have the conferral of diplomas and tassel ceremonies. Dr. Marr, could you ask? After you, sir.
Gentlefolks, it's time to make you legal. All right. By virtue of the authority vested by the University Council of Jamaica in the Board of Governors of Vector Technology Institute, I now confer upon you the respective certificate, diploma, and degree for which all requirements as specified by the Institute have been satisfied with all the rights and privileges, responsibilities, and obligations pertaining thereunto. Now you're going to have to do something now. The tassel ceremony. The turning of the tassel is steeped in English tradition dating back to medieval times. Academic institutions have continued the tradition by turning the tassel from the right to the left side of the mortarboard, signifying the successful completion of an academic program and marking the beginning of a new journey. So graduates, you notice I changed the word now. All right, from graduates to graduates. Now I want, on the count of 3, place your hand on your tassel. And I'm going to ask you to turn your tassels from the right to the left side of the mortarboard, indicating that you have now crossed that line from graduates to graduates. So at the count of 3, 1. So cameraman, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, graduating class of 2023. Don't throw them things up in the air, because you're going to have to find them back.
And now we're going to have the pleasure of the graduates. And I'm going to introduce now Maurice Marshall. As your graduates go into the world more equipped with your knowledge, skill, education, we hope that you'll make a difference in the world. Maurice, will you come forward at this time, please?
Thank you. As I'm about to read this pledge, I stand here today, a proud graduate myself of Vector, you're looking at someone who has had 29 years of affiliation with Vector Technology. From it was Vector Design and Application Systems. So, yes. We read the pledge together. I pledge to honor, in the name of Vector Technology Institute, from this day forward, and to ensure, to the best of my ability, that a way is always paved for fellow graduates to pursue their career in information and communication technology with pride and dignity, backed by the wisdom and confidence gained from within the walls of this noble institution. I also pledge to set forth with enthusiasm, integrity, and professionalism as an ICT professional to play a signal role in national development and to serve as an example to my successors in the service of our country, Jamaica, land we love.
Thank you, Maurice. You may be seated. And if I might add to that pledge that was just made, I would like, every time you say Vector Technology Institute, don't forget that I word in your work as a professional, integrity. Okay? Let VT and the I in the institute be synonymous with the integrity. It makes no sense if you're working and you're good at your job and you have no integrity. It makes no sense. It's a waste of time. And we're building something here. Well, we have been, and we want to sustain this, right? You have seen from our guest speaker, special guest speaker tonight, the progress that can be made. The world is your oyster. The boundaries are limitless, okay? So you can stay right here and earn any currency in the world, but you are competing against the world, and that's important. You're not in Jamaica, you're not in a small group anymore, you're not competing amongst yourself, right? So please, let's do that. We're top in track and field, ladies football, we do all kind of great things. We can do it. We're good in music, right? So you can be exceptional Jamaicans, okay? Right. I suppose that could be my closing remark, but I still have some things to say. I would like to say thanks to the staff of Vector Tech, the administrative departments, the operations, and online support department, who have worked non-stop throughout the year to ensure that our students have a pleasant and quality experience. And to the graduation committee, who have worked tireless year after year in the production of our annual graduation ceremony. Please give them a hand. And my final announcement, of course, thank you all for being such a highly responsive audience. Thanks for being here. I'm going to ask that all the graduates and lecturers remain in the room for group photos. You know, those moments that you'll capture once in a lifetime. Well, for some of you, because here, most of the class is coming back for another course. And then we ask that, you know, everyone else here, you meet someone here in the room, don't just run away. Make a new acquaintance this evening. And at this time, we also invite you to stay back, enjoy some refreshments that has been provided by Medallion Hall Hotel. And we thank them for their professional hospitality. Thank you all, and safe journeys home when you do leave, but we're not rushing you off, okay? Please stay, enjoy, fraternize, meet someone, okay? Thank you. Have a good evening.